Right, guys, let's review the new event because it's a bit of a contentious one, right? There's some people that enjoy it, but there's a lot of people that feel like, well, there wasn't really that much content and what was actually going on. Well, let's just begin this video with this. These are the facts, right? So the event was quite short. It was another PvE mission. It was another mission from the history of Overwatch. It did introduce a whole bunch of new kind of lore interactions. Hame has got a fantastic video on it. I'll link to it in the video description below so you guys can check it out. It also gave us an in-game character model of Maximilian. It gave us kind of the way Maximilian acts. He's the sinister accountant type who will sell anybody out for the right price and all that stuff. It then gave us the teaser to a new Omnic hero, which we've got literally no information on, just that Doomfist was talking to this person in Temple of Anubis, or rather at Anubis. And yeah, we got Sojourn, who was actually already in the game, although we didn't know her name and we didn't know what she actually was. And we found out that she was a captain, which means that she's at the same rank of Reinhardt. They ran the strike missions, and yeah, I mean, we've seen her in the Recall cinematic, and there is a little bit of artwork you guys can see on the screen right now, where she's always been part of the original kind of team. We still got no idea who the guy on the left-hand side is, though, so maybe he's another hero. Anyway, that's what we got. But what was actually going on in this event? Because it was Chase the Truth, it was all of this stuff. What did we actually learn? We didn't really learn anything, and the event was kind of a bit bland. So I put this tweet out on Twitter, and what we're going to do in this video is take a look at the comments, because I think the comments will be quite interesting, because it's a lot of people. Yeah, I know a lot of people follow me on Twitter and all that stuff, but it's people responding with their fresh thoughts on the event. So this is what I said. Real talk. This event is really underwhelming. We don't really learn anything. Chase the truth, huh? No Overwatch skins for the strike team. No new enemies or mechanics. I honestly thought the Doomfist cutscene was going to segue into a new objective. What do you think? Now, there are other things to take away from this as well. Like, we never got to ride the motorbike with Tracer, which I thought we were. I thought the new mechanic was going to be vehicles that we could drive. Now, I don't know whether this is because we hold Overwatch or Blizzard at these lofty standards of, like, we demand all of this new content. So when we just get the same thing over and over again, we feel a bit like, what the hell is going on, Blizzard? I mean, maybe that's not fair. Maybe it is fair. I don't know. That's probably a topic for another video, guys. Anyway, let's take a look at these comments. So we'll just go through them in order. So if you don't have Overwatch installed, you can't be disappointed. Yep. It's my least favorite event so far. It feels much like the same thing again. Could use a fresh new format next event. I think that's fair, right? When I saw the last cutscene, I was like, is that it? Like, yeah, I was like that as well. I thought it was, we were going to then, like, take Maximilian and go and fight this crazy Omnic guy. Like, I want a boss fight, but we just don't get boss fights. It's so frustrating. Was honestly heartbroken. These are my exact same thoughts, especially at the end. I was expecting to see a lot more of it. It's a bit disappointing, really. It feels as if we're always getting teased with story for Overwatch, but nothing ever really happens. It kind of does, right? My issue with Overwatch is they spend too much time telling us about the past. I want to know what's going on now. I want them to advance the story, not just keep giving us these, like, lore tidbits from ages ago. I don't really care. Just push the story forward. I felt as if the event lacked a final fight. Yeah, I did as well. Here's to next year's disappointment, dear idea. This felt way shorter than Retribution or Uprising, because it was. Fact. A few story pieces in it are amazing, but yeah, I was a bit confused when it was over after that one scene. Yeah. Agreed. It was so strange that there wasn't really a final fight or anything, even vaguely challenging or exciting. I've only played the mode a couple of times, but I feel like it lacks the between character interactions many past events had. Yeah, well, it has the first character interaction between 4 different characters all at the same time. Like, none of the other events have got that, so it does have little bits of, you know, nice little tidbits like that, but it's not really substantial, is it? It doesn't feel like it's taken that much effort to make. Now, I know I'm not a game developer. We're probably not game developers watching this. There may be some of you guys out there that are game developers, but, like, it does feel like it was a bit of a, you know, we've made a map and we're just going to shove in the enemies that we used before, and yeah, we'll put a bit of cutscene. I mean, to be fair, the best thing about the event was the cutscene work. The in-game engine cutscenes were really good. I thought the one with Tracer on a bike was really great. I thought the one at the end was really great as well. I like the reveal of a new hero. It just didn't really feel like a lot. The problem is we live in a day and age where we've got games like Fortnite. Now, I was going to say Apex, but to be fair, Apex need to sort themselves out and get some content into that game. But Fortnite, I do not play that game. Yet I constantly find myself seeing and hearing about updates to the game. They've got like an Avengers crossover event coming out for Endgame, and it's really cool to see it. And I kind of get hyped for it, and I'm like, wow, that's great. I'd like to see stuff like that for Overwatch. And I'm not talking about partnering up with Marvel or whatever, although I'm sure that would be amazing. But stuff that is just giving us new stuff. Like they just don't give us enough new content. And the problem is with the game, you can get quite frustrated where I go away and I play competitive. And I mean, I'm off the back of just playing competitive before I recorded this video. And you win a really super close, hard fought game, and then the next game is crap. You just lose it straight away. Somebody's toxic, and it just doesn't feel great, right? And is it enough to keep coming back? I mean, honestly, I'm just addicted to trying to keep my rank at a stable level, because if it drops down to decay, I want to try and get it back. Then if I start losing a couple of games, then it's hard to get back the decay SR. It becomes really frustrating, and it's just Overwatch, right? It's like, oh, I've been Overwatched. What the hell? Anyway, let's move on. Let's carry on talking about the event and what you guys have been saying. So my first reaction to the end cutscene was, is that it? I mean, I'm pretty sure that, okay, these guys are having a conversation, whatever. It's really underwhelming. The same enemies as Retribution, same hold position, horde mode. Yeah, that's kind of true. Just even shorter and less inspired. Blizzard genuinely give the impression of putting little effort into it. Meanwhile, the likes of Paladins is putting out far more content. I mean, I don't play Paladins, so I've got no idea. But like, I always feel like, I mean, Jeff came out and was teasing already as this event came out. Oh yeah, there's a massive feature coming into the game for the anniversary event. Well, he also said there was a big, massive PvP feature coming to the PTR, and it was just the Havana map. That's not a massive feature. You know, like, we know there are stuff that we want, but we're just not getting them, and it's like, it's really frustrating. Cutscenes are the meat of this event. I agree with that. The open-ended nature of the second cutscene not only teases a future hero, but to me may signal that dev time is going into a larger single-player successor. I mean, I don't know about that. It's a bit of a leap of faith there. The only good thing, honestly, for the game mode was the cutscenes on how well animated they were. Yeah, I think they were great. Let's just go down a few. What are these? Okay, whatever. Let's pick this one up here. Okay, Mercy. Oh, this is actually from the comic from Uprising, I think. I think that's from Uprising, because I think that's when she built Genji, basically. Anyway, as a Mercy main, voice line, got it in the free loot box right after logging in. Still waiting for Dr. Ziegler's skin. Okay, whatever. That's really nothing to do with it, but whatever. All of the events are underwhelming, dude. Overwatch as a whole is underwhelming at this point. Even Owl with 3... Okay, whatever. That's just a general hate comment, but I get it, right? I get why people get frustrated at the game. I get frustrated at the game, and I just think, guys, you could be doing loads of stuff with this game, and it just drives me crazy. Anyway, I agree. I'm disappointed, all right. I guess you changed your mind. Oh, yeah, okay. So this was a response to if it actually loads, we can... Oh, it's just not... Okay, there it is. So I've been playing on Legendary difficulty all night. It's super fun, and guess what? I've actually made friends with randoms. I did. Now, the thing with this tweet is, Legendary was fun until I beat it, and then I just never touched it again. I really enjoyed it because I got together with random people, and there was no throwing, there was no trolling or anything. We were just working together, and we actually made friends on the Battle.net friends list, which is something else, right? Doesn't happen in competitive because everyone's always moaning about, oh, the DPS is terrible, the tank's terrible, I don't want to play with these guys again, get me out of it. That was my point there. It was fun, but I haven't changed my mind from my comment because the comment is just exactly what it was. Anyway, let's go back. Okay, let's scroll back down. I've probably lost where we are. Apparently Twitter now just doesn't want to work. Come on, Twitter, you can work. Let's go, Twitter. Come on, Twitter, come on. Dear, oh dear. Okay, it looks like it's working again now. All right, cool. Okay, so, okay, we were here. So, this is terrible. A real own goal by Blizzard. I think the own goal by Blizzard was recycling all of the events for the last 3 years. That's the own goal. Major own goal. Same here. Fortnite does events better. Okay. Why am I still surprised that we keep getting hyped and then mega disappointed by Blizzard? This has to be the worst offense yet. Jeff said they poured 6 months into this on Onicle's Facebook live stream. Well, to be honest, when I went to Blizzard last year, when they did the Retribution event, they did say that this took them a year to make. So Retribution was like, oh my god, this is great. The problem is that sets the bar. And then you look at this event and you're like, what the hell? What was this? Like, it took you 6 months, but all you've done is used a lot of the assets you've built and a lot of the systems you've built from last year and just shoved them into a new map. And that's kind of what it feels like. There's not... Like, I remember the whole thing about the dropships. It took them ages to design the dropships, to work out the way the AI works for all of the stuff going on and all that stuff. And they built all of those... special enemies like the assassin, the sniper, the heavy, and all of that stuff. They haven't done that for this event, and it's like, well, are they spending time on other stuff? Is this just a result of the problems that Blizzard have had recently? It is very difficult to tell, but hopefully we're trying to build a big picture here as to what's going on. The last scene was just there to build up hype to distract from the effortless main event. They just created map, threw the talent troops, this is basically what I've just said, threw the talent troops in there and then polished it with a few cutscenes. In my first game, the assassin managed to get stuck in an object 3 times. Okay, now I think they did deliver really good cutscenes. Now, the only saving grace I think they could really pull out of this would be if they gave us whatever this hero is, whatever that Omnic is, and they gave us lore, which started to come out now, and maybe they were new cinematics that come out, like in-game engine cinematics, not full-blown Pixar ones, because they take way too long to make, but they just start coming out with frequent lore updates. Remember the Anna Bastet story? I thought that was the start of new Overwatch lore coming into the game. It was current, it was a different way of delivering lore, and then the next thing we get is this teaser of a new hero. This is literally months going away, and I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're not slamming us with lore, because they must have a lot of lore. They must have stuff they want to work on, and it really frustrates me, because I'm like, what the hell, Blizz? But then maybe there's something big around the corner, which they like to keep telling us. And is there? What is going to happen at the anniversary event? What are these big features coming out? Is it 222 competitive? Is it meta lock? Is it role select? What is it? Do people even want those? Like, what the hell? You know, I want those, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, let's scroll down a bit. So, oh my God, there's a lot of comments here off this guy. But he says, it felt like they took the most boring bits from the Uprising and Blackwatch events and combined them into this. Waiting around for enemies to crash in and waiting on the payload as enemies arrive. Actually, one thing I will say is if you notice when you're playing through the mission, there are bits where enemies spawn in smoke. That's actually a really cheeky little trick, so you don't have to animate doors getting smashed down. You just basically put a particle effect, then guys appear in the middle of it. And it's actually easier to do that than mess around animating doors. And enemies spawn next to open doors, which is really weird. If you remember Retribution, they'd kick the doors down and rush out, and it was really cool. You don't do that in this event. It's like, yeah, this is you can see there's less manpower has been used to actually build it. All right, moving on. I didn't understand the significance of the storm at all. Yeah, I mean, the storm, yeah, this is true. Jeff did explain that this was new technology. I think one of their artists, environmental artists, designed it or something. There's never been rain or storm in any of the Overwatch maps, so it was cool to see it. But yeah, it's not really big, is it? I mean, it doesn't really. It doesn't really make up, does it? Yeah, it was nice though. It was nice. Okay, Blizzard doesn't put any real effort in anymore. I don't think this is true. Blizzard do put effort in. It just seems at times that maybe they just like to do what they want to do, which at the end of the day, they can do that, right? It's their game. They've built it. Who cares, right? The thing is, like, for me, as somebody commenting on the game on a daily basis, and all you guys as well that are heavily invested in the game, and all, you know, the other YouTubers, the other streamers, everybody out there, I think we've got a bit of a different perspective because we actually come from, well, we've just got a different perspective. We're not inside. It's not internal to us. So we see things, okay, this needs fixing, that needs fixing. Where is this? What's going on here? You know, I could easily write up a plan for Overwatch the way I want the game to go forward, but maybe there's problems that I can't actually understand. Maybe there's limitations with the engine. Maybe there's limitations with the staff. Maybe there's loads of stuff going on that we'll never really know, and it'll always be internal to Blizzard. Okay, so Atomic Showman says, pros, maybe a new hero teaser. Well, it was a new hero. That was confirmed by Jeff. But then just says cons, no actual playable trace on a motorbike. Yeah, this actually was a really big con to me. I was kind of sad about this. It was short. No real boss battles. No truth to be chased. That is true. Like, it was a very weird way to chase the truth. I don't know why they promoted it like that, because what the hell did we chase? We didn't chase anything. We chased Maximilian, and then, yeah. No interesting character development for Maximilian. I don't know. There was a bit, actually. I don't agree with that. I think there kind of was. No new enemies yet. Hardly any storm in the storm mode. Well, that's another way of looking at it, right? There wasn't really that much of a storm. I mean, it rained a little bit, but there wasn't, like, massive lightning strikes. Imagine how cool this could have been. You know, you could have had lightning strikes coming out the sky and, like, randomly blowing up bits of the map. It would have been so cool. But maybe this just takes too long to make. And remember, Overwatch was built as a PvP game, so it doesn't have any PvE. If you guys... Oh, well, it didn't have any PvE, so they had to build all of these systems. If you guys remember, the bots in the game, or you don't even have to remember, you can just go and check it out, but the bots in the game are actually woefully bad. The AI is terrible, and there isn't AI for every hero because they just haven't made it. So that shows you how bare bones it is. Fell flat, okay. Underwhelmed. I mean, I still play and enjoy it, but lore-wise, it was lame. Okay. We did our best just to have fun. Oh, it's a video, okay. I had the same reaction I have every year. Very underwhelming. I don't think that's true, because I thought last year's event, Retribution, was the best one. That is the best Archives event to date. That was really, really good. That was a really, really good event. Now, maybe that's just because Blizzard flew me to Blizzard and we all played together, but then maybe Blizzard knew. They're like, okay, we knew this event's good, so we can bring everybody in and let's check it out. Maybe that's why I didn't do it this year. Maybe it's budget constraints. Who knows, right? But they know when something is good. And, you know, they would have known for a while, okay, this is going to be a bit of a rough event for us, so we need to do other things. So let's maybe get Jeff talking about different stuff, which is kind of what they did, right? Talking about what's coming in the next event, which is a bit weird when the current event is running. Anyway, I had the same... Okay, whatever, read that. We say... I'm not going to read all these off, by the way, guys. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of comments here. I just wanted to get a sample. of the comments that we got. We said that every single event, and yet nothing happens. Overwatch isn't ever going to get fixed with this Blizzard mentality. Now, this is actually, like, is this Blizzard's mentality? I mean, there's two ways you look at this. It is Blizzard's mentality, and they literally, we know best. We're not going to listen to anybody else. We don't care. This is our game. It's been a success, so it's fine. Or Blizzard want to do things, but there's things that they can't do for X reason. That we'll never know. I'd love to know the answer to that, but I don't think we ever will. Most fun PvE event by far, but very underwhelming. I was hoped the Doomfist cutscene wouldn't just be the end as well. Pretty disappointed, but to be honest, maybe that means they're working on other things. So this is the thing. This is always the cop-out, isn't it? Like, I'm okay going with this for now, and probably till the end of the year. But then after that, can we really listen to, like, when Jeff goes, "Oh yeah, we're working on this awesome, super great thing. It's going to be huge," and then it isn't. And then it isn't. And then you can't keep saying that because people will get tired. And I'm sure Blizzard are looking at the game. And there's a metric called monthly active users, MAUs, I think they refer to it as. I bet you that's down because of a lot of reasons. Yeah, people play other games, Overwatch gets older, but you fix that with expansion sets, with major content launches, with, like, you know, massive upgrades to the game. Maybe you go free to play. Maybe you do all of this stuff. But are Blizzard do they care? Well, it's not do they care. Do they need to do that? Remember, this is a game that's made billions of dollars, so they don't. You know, it's cool at the moment, right? I mean, there are things like Overwatch League. You could say that maybe team owners are like, well, Blizzard, we kind of want you to do something with the game, and maybe they will. We don't know. Maybe they don't even care about that. Maybe that's just, like, not even connected to what they think. It's a really weird place to be, but it's, yeah. I just wish we got inside their minds. No engaging dialogue, nothing that felt like the big bad team fight. Yeah, I get that as well. I mean, I guess it's not, going back to my point, it's not about, like, getting inside their minds. It's about them telling us what they want to do with the game. I think that would be cool. And this goes back to me getting a roadmap. And this goes back to my April Fool's video. Anyway, whatever. What was shown was good, but it really fell short. I don't know what's going on inside Blizzard, but it's affecting their games very clearly. I laughed my ass off. The first time I don't see Overwatch reply to one of your tweets because it's criticism. That's not true, actually. Overwatch don't reply to all my tweets. What the hell? They reply to some if I reply to them most of the time. Anyway, yes, exactly. That scene comes up as expected. A big boss fight. Yeah, I thought this. So when I was playing for it, I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? Suddenly we're going to be in Temple of Anubis, and this guy is going to be like this massive boss like Omnic we need to take out, but he just ended. And it was like, okay. It feels like they no longer care about us than milk Alpha or money possible. Okay, this event was not fun. Retribution was good. I do agree with that. Retribution was a quality event. All the Overwatch events are underwhelming. That's like these like things are just not good. These are not good for anybody because when you just roll up and go, oh yeah, they're all bad. That's not true. They were good, and some of them are okay. But it's just when you get the same thing every year, it becomes very stale. And Archives is that one event which we know is going to be different. All the other events are the same. They just get different skins, and that's kind of it. Yeah, they might get a new map here and there. It might get Capture the Flag map, whatever, but it's nothing really amazing. I got the formal 76 skin in my level 4 endorsement loot box. I didn't even need to play. Okay, cool. My theory, the mysterious Omnic might be Sojourn. Well, he's not. Sojourn is actually... yeah. Nice try, though. Let's just go down a bit. Is that Hercules? That's actually Hercules. That's a Hercules gif. Oh my God. That was such a cheesy show. It was like on the same time of Xena Warrior Princess. And if you guys in the UK know Channel 5, it was on that channel. I mean, it was obviously an American series, so it's probably everywhere, but whatever. Uprising was the best because it was something new. Hey, that's actually, yeah, was Uprising the best, right? So, I don't know. I think hype levels are probably massive for Uprising. And then Retribution, yeah, kind of decently hyped, but I think Retribution was the better event because of the technical advances. But then we just look at the current one, Storm Rising, and it's like, well, there's no technical advance. So got a bit of rain. God, thought we were gonna get vehicles. Oh my God, thought we were gonna get so much more. All right, so he says, I wouldn't know what to think. I can't play because for console the update is like 25 gig. Oh yeah, that's a thing. It was a massive update for console, but this was apparently for efficiency. There was some upgrades behind the scenes where people so it loads faster and all this stuff, and it apparently required a massive download. And apparently I've liked this tweet. So it said it wasn't bad in my opinion. I really like the cutscene, and that last one does give a character teaser. And by them saying chase the truth, I'm guessing they meant to meet more characters and see the interactions between the strike team and the talent. Yeah, maybe they did. You know, maybe they did. Maybe that's all they meant. But this goes back, doesn't it? I guess we'll end the video on this because that's actually a good point. This is probably why I like the video. I like that comment. It's because maybe that's what Blizzard intended for all along. And maybe we sit there and we just expect the world. And Blizzard are very vague when they talk about stuff, so it can look like they're massively hyping it up, like, oh my god, guys, chase the truth. This is going to be huge. Massive features coming. Oh my god, revolutionary. And then it kind of isn't, and it's like, okay, well, actually, there are bits which are different. There are stuff we could say are upgrades, but then actually, is this what the player base wanted? What I want you guys to do in the comments below is let me know what you think about all of this. You probably already have already, but I thought this would be a really nice community wrap-up of what people thought of the event. Now, obviously, there will be people out there that like the event. This is only like a subset of responses that I've received. You guys could go onto the official forums and see tons of stuff or whatever. I mean, this got like, there's 434 comments to this. So yeah, obviously it's not the entire Overwatch player base, but I think it gives a kind of rounded image as to what people thought. I always like to say the internet is the biggest bullshit detector, and it will know if things are bad. And collectively, it will respond in a certain way. If something's amazingly good, everybody will like it on the whole. If something's pretty bad, a lot of people will come out and be like, well, I didn't really like that, and they'll tell you why. So it's kind of a good barometer to work out what's going on. Anyway, guys, I've been Stylosa, and you can follow me on Twitter, which is @Stylosa if you do like. And I'm also on Instagram, which is @Stylosa, and I will catch you lovely lot on the next one. Toodaloo.